are like this.
तुम नहीं कर सकते in a very low voice. Like he himself knew there was something wrong with what he was saying. Like it didn't make sense
Like
to
he
him.
wasn't sure himself, but
Yeah, he needed time to call someone and tell someone to.
and not just that, because I was filming before that also. I wasn't filming you dance, but I was filming.
Yeah, the dancing part was the problem for some reason.
No, the filming, the dancing was the problem. If even if you randomly dancing there, what could you do? It's not just ever dancing, right? It's not just ever a public performance. It's also, us around you filming. So I think that
Purpose of filming is what.
Men wouldn't be dancing, see?
Men would never do.
Exactly. If you were a man doing a manly thing, they won't be telling you anything. It was a man filming. It was a man on the camera. Do you think they would what's this shit? It is so bloody arbitrary because I was just taking video. Nobody's telling me anything there. And then those ridiculous places. You know, Lothi Garden is there like... It's a fucking garden. What do you do over there?
Elementally going through the rule book and shit. There's no scenario for this.
This is the precedent.
Told
This is a
about
protocol.
The Nanzal Plaza was ridiculous.
I saw you in the escalator and I said, oh dash it, she's going to perform it on the escalator itself, which thankfully you did not do.
No, ma'am, we did that once.
You did it?
Yeah.
It was very brief.
I can barely manage to navigate the escalator as it is. Your mall video, you said, right, that you had security, like someone said you can't film.
We had that a couple of times.
Yeah. So those are also, I think, questions and that you're asking beyond dance, right? It's like, whatever, now these anti-Romeo Scots, you can't sit together as a couple. It's a bit like that. You're saying, why can't I? Like, who are you to say that I cannot?
Oh, so sorry, we're gonna go away. I think
We'll follow the rules.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're like, no, we'll break the rules.
But you also just agree that say things like being told not to film, doing some ostensibly crazy stuff.
Yeah. Solidarity.
Solidarity, exactly. It has certainly helped.
You versus the establishment.
Exactly.
Sit down.
Swati, contemplating the act.
Contemplating death.
Someone finds it very funny.
So you're safely behind that fence.
Yeah. But no one's taking the risk. Okay, come on, let's do it before they get too angry. That duck is very close by. You can outrun them. Unless they start
You have
flying.
shoes on.
Can ducks fly? No, they can't. Some roaches can fly, Come on, they're going a bit smarty.
Wait, I have to think
She's
of
a
something.
choreographer. Don't worry, they seem peaceful enough. Before you start your territorial thoughts. Stop talking, let me talk to you.
Yeah, Lodhi Garden was a surprise because people hung out there all the time. And it felt like security guard was bored. No one offers you any justification for the don'ts of the place. As a would-be lawyer, when we are told not to film in certain spaces and we are not offered any justification for it, what could be the possible reasons that people are usually told not to film in spaces? For example, in Lodhi Garden.
Lodhi Garden, I don't think legally there are any restrictions because people always take pictures over there.
Yeah, exactly. They take videos too.
And plus, I think Bharatanatyam in the Garden is not a commercial venture. So, in any case,
Precisely.
mostly restrictions are only imposed for commercial purposes. When you're shooting a movie or an advertisement or something like that. But this is just a project that's run by students, so I don't think you should face any such restrictions. I don't think that's justified.
The metro was very interesting. In fact, the center of the CP, non-pedestrian space, because there's no pedestrian space that we have in the city. This is a city which is very unkind to pedestrians, and you are not just pedestrians there, you are dancers, and so it's a very different kind of pedestrianism that, you're not even just loitering, you're actually dancing in a very unsafe space, which is something to say about how we need to make our cities safer for people who walk, who want to dance, who want to loiter, jaywalk, whatever you want to do. So I think there is that political point that you need to be making, a sociological point even, about cities as spaces which are becoming less available to individuals and their very individual needs.
I feel that even while filming at specific places, you must have had faced problems, right? Like at some places cameras are not allowed, or you're not supposed to dance there. So, and being a woman and then going out and actually claiming those places, that's really nice.
Because I always imagine how many people must be looking at these girls. They must be taking takes and retakes, and there must be people stopping them, and then perhaps not knowing what to say because you have a small camera, you're not intrusive. I know you girls, you're not disruptive, you're not making noise, you don't have music, you don't have anything which they can find fault with. Yeah. But they will have a problem because you're occupying a space with authority and saying, why not dance over here. So I think interesting overlapping things are happening with your videos. Not just it, and it moves beyond dance once you take it out.
It is a matter of coincidence. We happen to be in a women's college. We know a lot of women, and our best friends are great dancers. It's a coincidence, yes, why it's an all-female crew. Let us start by accepting that, right? Yeah. Like I think in the turn of the century, there was a debate whether Adasa should be made at co-ed college, and someone said that the fact that we do everything by ourselves, that's meaningful, in any scenario.
Men just take up leadership roles, and when there are no men in a college, obviously that'll be taken up by women, and that's important.
And that's important.
Just de facto taking up certain roles as women.
I've always been a huge advocate of this. I've always been a fan of all women themes because then there's no gendered notion of अच्छा ये तो लाइटिंग कर देगा एक तो कैमरामैन डिफरेंट कैमरामैन अलग है कैमरामैन अलग है हाँ कैमरामैन लाइट बॉय को बुला दो उसको बोल दो कि स्ट्रोब लेके ला हाँ या so all that is great. I mean, especially, and the best part is that you're not uncomfortable with the idea that you guys are still learning with your technology. Yeah.
Shutter speed 1/100. Shutter speed 1/125.
You accept the fact that yes, we're amateur camera people, and that's not because we're women. That's just because we haven't learned yet. So I like the fact that it's acknowledged that you guys are amateurs at this. And that's not from the virtue of being uncomfortable with your gender. Yeah. Like lots of women photographers and women camera persons have this urge to prove themselves on the virtue of their gender, which I completely understand. But I like the fact that you acknowledge it and then you still deal with it. Because you guys are after all still learning. Yeah. So you're not uncomfortable with that.
Within dance, the greater challenge the Indian dancers face right now is including men. I think the part about women filming right now is more brave than a woman dancing because that is what people don't expect from us. To claim the space, to dance, I think we've got there. And also, there are these expectations that women are chirpy and springy, happy creatures who might start doing these irrational things.
In technical positions is really rare.
Exactly.
No, I think this time was the first time a woman was nominated for us in the sound mixing category in the Academy Award. It's been there for 89 years, but no woman has ever been nominated for sound mixing before.
In 89 years, only one woman has ever won Best Director.
So, yeah, that is true.
Yeah, and this is so unique about us that
it's all
the ideation
female.
is ours. Yeah, it's female.
It's completely, it's all female.
Yeah, it's female.
That's awesome, right?
Yes.
I'm talking about occupying masculine spaces. The fact that we are occupying spaces behind camera. Is that a little masculine space?
If you look at the world, or if you look at then yes, mostly. But from the point of view of LSR, I would say no, because so many documentaries
but
and
I think part of it is because we're LSR.
Yeah,
the fact that we're doing it is because we're
So for me, when I watch it, it's perfectly normal for me to watch films made by students. I think the fact that you are friends also, so when she's dancing, there is a comfort and a certain expression. I'm always looking at it that yes, there are 3 girls in the public space or 4 girls.
doing this, I don't just think that, oh, this is Swati dancing, because I know clearly both of you are also there at the station, at whatever, at, these...
Shows, did you see our one inside the train?
Yeah, of course.
Right? Like that. While being told, no, don't do this. I mean, while we were filming. Yeah. There is... Of course, the problem wasn't the dancing, it was the filming.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, two women filming, that's where we're, claiming the space.
Yeah. Why do you replace the senior citizen comes along and... Yeah, that's my perennial fear too.
I think I maybe told you guys, I've had this strange guard come up to me and say, you can't take a picture of this sari in the show window.
Yeah. Well, the same thing happened to us recently. So we went to this Ayappa temple in RKP to particularly film for this documentary. And we are on the road looking at the place through our camera and the lens. We can't do that. And we're on the road. Outside.
Yes.
And then another thing, we're on a mic.
Our video came later.
And we're on the road, across the road, doesn't matter, not even in front of the temple.
Or inside the temple, let alone inside the temple.
Yeah, we should.
So we have all these, it could be temples, it could be just private security guards saying you can't park here. We have all kinds of people occupying and claiming spaces as theirs. You can't click the show window. I'm not inside your shop, I can click what I want,
ठीक नहीं है
सिर्फ यही करते हैं राइट
हाँ
उतना और कुछ करने का टाइम नहीं मिलेगा
हाँ
All of
that's
itself.
on camera ठीक है make sure it goes viral there better be more people than that रहने वाला march हमारे funeral में
they will also get killed by the way
नहीं they can run away
no they are the biggest I will but I still think I will outrun them
We'll jump into
but our backs will be towards people
No, we will say run as a run.
Yeah.
We'll give you a heads up.
Yeah, give us the heads
That's
up.
so cruel. We would not tell you. You think we just run away? We just have put your heads up. Why is he running?
Uncle should have stood over there with a car,
Yeah. I'm feeling nervous. Are you feeling nervous?
I don't want to tie my hair.
Of course, we were expecting opposition, and it came much later than when we expected. We were preparing for death, basically, to get lynched, because that's very common in India. I mean, all communities would do it to each other. So there was a lot of strategizing going on before this. So the first shot that we took in front of the gate of the mosque, the side that faces the main room, we thought we would need more opposition that side. But there were only the fruit sellers and the skullcap sellers in front, so the main authorities couldn't see us. So I think that's how we escaped. Over there, I think the environment was a little more pleasant. So then we gained our confidence, and then we came and did the second figure of the Trinity on the other side, and there was like a direct entrance to the mosque. Azan had just, it was going to begin, and everybody who was going in for the prayer could see us. So it took some time for everybody who noticed that some suspicious activity like dance, which is equal to terrorism, was happening in front, to report to that man who looked like a figure of authority. But we don't know who exactly. He was dressed in a white kurta and pajama, and he was wearing a skull cap, and he stood at the threshold, at the altar,
at that liminal space.
At that liminal space, and called out to us and said, "Ye background mein mat rakhna, please." And then we immediately agreed. We were like, ha, bolke, and we just ran out and cleared out of that place before they could get more ideas. So thankfully we were not lynched. That was a real experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
I actually thought we could have got thrashed or something.
Yeah, because real.
The erotic parts were taken out of it. But doesn't mean that it wasn't intimately related to the Hindu mythology and to Hindu temples. So we wanted to bring it in front of a mosque, especially right now in India. Not just right now, I mean, we've had so much of
communal problems. So I thought this would be our own way to negotiate with them, to take an art form.
Reach some boundaries.
Yeah, to breach some boundaries and to show that art, which kind of involves mythology, which is also a kind of storytelling, doesn't have to be a religious identity, right? It can be it can just be a form of storytelling.
Because Bharatanatyam has all these sacred roots, and because we were doing
Hindu sacred roots.
Hindu,
and it's steeped in this Hindu mythology. Over here, I don't know if they got the religious connotations and objected to that or not. I don't think that's what happened.
I don't think they got that.
Yeah, because
it's not
also
that.
the last one, even
it's
though
just
you
the
were
fact that it's like it's almost lewd to be dancing in front of. It's like it's the sacral and the.
Yeah, there's something wrong with even getting it on camera.
Yeah.
Even if we were not dancing, I think. Some blanket ban. You're getting the full body thing.
No, I'm not getting your feet.
Should we face like this?
Yeah.
Tell me about the camera.
Yes. A bit.
Like how should we stand?
This is fine. And you won't die this way, yeah.
I'm behind the bike, right?
Slightly obscured. Make sure I don't die, yeah? Please to hurry the fuck up. What are they doing? People are watching.
So if this goes well, then I have
fine.
Yeah, then I have another plan there also. Okay, like where?
No more plans.
No, okay, let's see how this goes.
Can we do it again?
Yeah, go for it. Why are you asking us? Yeah.
Mind the frame?
What is the mosque are you getting? I'm already rolling.
Whenever you're ready.
I'm already filming.
And if there's any controversy afterwards, keep the camera rolling.
We're rolling. Candle. Don't die.
1, 2, 3, start. 1, 2, 3, start. Okay, 1, 2, 3, start.
Also. Nope. Oh, no, it's fine. Sorry. False alarm. Idiot!
I don't think anyone was looking.
Yeah, it was absolutely sure. I think. Yeah. This was the
They
video.
were like,
I'm so pretty. Who doesn't want to see me dancing?
That's the narrative. That's definitely the narrative. Let's go.
I know.
I had just.
You get camera.
Of course, they were just coming to see.
let's go in the opposite direction and just catch it. What did you think? Part of you, like, you can't have that in the background.
See, I had just closed it so I could show it to you guys because you were coming to see it, right? You were coming to see it, otherwise I had it running after that. See, now you're back.